Be excellent to each other and party on. We're back for another Legacy League, and today I'm going try-hard mode with my favorite deck of the moment, Blue, White, Stoneforge, Felia, Control. And this is playing a few reserve list cards. Note, I'm playing Tundra, but you can absolutely swap those out for some basics. I just want to be able to get Wasteland and Karakas in my deck. That's harder to do if you're playing an all basic mana base, like I've been playing in some of the recent videos. I do believe that Karakas is very strong. I think Wasteland is pretty necessary because you're going to be running up against Karakas, as I did at the most recent paper tournament. I played the Buffalo Chicken Dip. And so this is preparation for being able to play well in the Hunter Burton Open Memorial, an annual event we have here in Dallas, Texas. Check it out next year because it will have already happened by the time I publish this. But I am very hyped to see if we can potentially just disrupt basically the entire field. I want to have game against every deck, and that's why I'm playing this deck. This is very good against lands because it's got a lot of basic lands. It's pretty good against any sort of like aggro deck because we have the plows, we have the 4 solitudes, we have the prismatic endings in the sideboard. So if we're up against like these Hogak decks, if we're up against the Mardu tokens deck, if we're up against maybe some Moonshadow action, we're going to be able to remove those small creatures on curve. And then, as I said, 3 Wrath of the Skies. I'm playing the 4 Force Negations for combo matchups, 4 Consign to Memories, which are kind of combo / Eldrazi. And I've decided to play 2 Hydros. I wasn't playing them for a while, just like I'm not playing any Graveyard Disruption. It just didn't seem like it was worth it. But I think it is probably worth it right now. I expect to face like at least a few Delver players and maybe some Moonstompy players. And it is nice to be able to just 1 mana answer something red happening. The equipment stack is the same that I've been playing. Assimilation Aegis is important in that not only is it good against Show and Tell, which I'll probably play against while I'm at this, I think 7 or 8 round tournament, but then it can also pitch to both Force and Solitude. And so it's nice to be able to go get a blue card if you have a Force in your hand and you don't have a blue card. So the first round has started. We're up against True Futurism, very strong player on a big mana deck. Usually, like I think they were on big mana yesterday when I played them. This hand's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire off the Ponder here. We don't have a Force. I definitely would like to find a Force with this Ponder. I have plenty of blue cards. So I think they're on like just big mana. Like I think yesterday they Trinisphered me and then they got the Ugin going. So Wasteland is a nice addition to our hand. And this is one of those hands where like if this was a basic plains, there's no way I can keep it, right? But I can play just 2 plains. I am playing several plains. I'm playing 2 plains, 2 wastelands, and 1 Karakas. But I can keep hands like this, and that's what dual lands get you. You spend $400 or whatever, $1,000 if you're getting the FBB ones that I like to play, and then you get access to just more hands. You have to mulligan less frequently. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, this is action. Because it's like Riddler's not really action. I think I'll just take this and I'll take both Stoneforge. I'm not happy about it. But we can also... Yeah, I am going to Stoneforge and that'll shuffle. And yeah, maybe I should have shuffled just to try to get a Force. But they're probably not going to do anything too dramatic turn 1. Yeah, perfect. And so I would love to waste that. But instead, I'm just going to Stoneforge because I don't want to draw the Meteor Sword. And then if they clear this somehow... I'll get the Meteor Sword, and then if they clear this, I'll just have the other one. And if they clear it, they're going to clear it with K-Command most likely. Possibly something post-board. They might have Dismember, which is something that can give pre-war for more, some utility. Glimmer Post. Okay, so they have 3 mana. Are they going to Trinisphere me? Karn Silix, that's a good card. I will blow that up. Yeah, I'm going to blow that up. Hopefully I draw land. And if it's a fetch, then I'll have to blow it up before I fetch. I mean, so there's a chance that I brainstorm and I find a land. I do want to make a land drop. It's probably safer to just go ahead and ponder. But if I whiff, it's pretty devastating. They are playing... Okay, this is great. This is actually fantastic. So I think... I take both of these lands because I do expect them to eventually get a Trinisphere going. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to I'll just play the Tundra here. They're not going to have non-basic hate in their deck. And then I'm just going to go ahead and Meteor Sword immediately. I'm drawing lands. I could get them to pop this to kill this. Yeah, I think I just go after the Cloud Post. Yeah, and then if they blow this up for some reason, first of all, they're not going to kill my Meteor Sword. I can always blink it later. But I can just, if they do blow this up, then I can just Stoneforge Mystic and go get the other one. And I can waste them. Okay. Karakas. My instinct is just to waste them. And I could just waste and equip and start beating them down. That might elicit them using it. Okay, they didn't even crack it. So I am going to just equip and start hitting them. For 4. Not bad. The card I'm drawing, I think is a Ponder. Okay, they have Urza's Mind. They are playing lots of the Urza lands because they're very big mana, and I think they're just completely colorless. All right, so here, I wouldn't mind finding. Oh, I can't cast Force. Is notable. I think I just go to combat and see if they pop it. I can Riddler. I could Riddler and Karakas. Okay. I could Brainstorm. Put away the redundant Plow. I don't think that's going to matter this game. Okay, perfect. So, I don't want Aegis. Tamio isn't particularly good here either because they have this. I mean, she's good, but I think I just don't want this Plow. Then I can Then I can shuffle these cards away with the Stoneforge. I am very naked. Like if they just stick the thing, whatever it's called. So I think it is pre-war firmware, just in case they detonate this. Maybe he just can't get Karn. I don't even know if they play any creatures. I think I'll just get the pre-war. They both pitch to Solitude just the same. Now we'll pass. Now they're disincentivized from popping this because I just bring it back and I get another equipment. Okay, they are playing some green. Once upon a time, you're welcome to do that. Okay, Cloud Post. They're getting more mana. Velia would be good here. Yes! Love it. But unfortunately, Karn Silex is going to come from my Velia here. I think I'm going to make a land drop. I'm going to go ahead and Ponder. They don't have the mana to pop this turn. Oh, Plains is a land drop. I think I take the Plains. And then I have Velia plus Karakas. They pop. So they're disincentivized from popping. And then next turn, I'll be able to do what I want to do, which is blink the Meteor Sword and hit something. Okay, they got the Planar Nexus. So they have so much mana, it's not even funny. We can lose here. 4 mana. Thought-Knot Seer. I think I let it resolve, and then they still have the mana. Yeah, I'm just going to go do this. They can't take it. I think I also want a Solitude. Do I just want a Solitude to... Let's see. They have 1, 2, 3. They could pop this. I'm going to go ahead and Solitude. The ability will still go on the trigger. The card I'm drawing, I believe, is a Plow. Oh, if it's a Plow, I can just Plow. Huh. Are they dead on board? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. I think the play, just untap and Plow this. They're going to blow up my board, and then I have to bounce this back to hand. Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. No, wait. I put the fetch on top of the Plow. I'm not going to be able to clear this. Yeah, I punted. I should have Solituded here. I think they might take the Solitude. Yeah, because I can't fetch because of the Silex. But I didn't think they were playing creatures. If I'd Solituded, like Riddler would be way better. Again, I can Velia and just get Thought-Knot out of the way. Okay, interesting. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. There's no reason. Well, let's see. I can Tamio and I can Riddler next turn. This destroys all permanents, including, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and go to combat here. Yeah, they're going to pop now. Oh, wait, 4 mana. What's 4 mana for? They're going to K-command something? And then when I try to bounce it to hand, then they pop. Well, no, wait, they don't have the mana to pop. Okay. Target play, okay, they get to draw a card. That's fine. So I can just attack with this and let me just let it go. This is the stinky fetch that we can't use. Unfortunately, my Tamio, Tamio's just not, it's not correct to play her here. Riddler draws a plow, and then I can just plow this out of the way and hit for 5. I think that's actually fine. Like, I know I punted, but we're not going to redeploy Felia this turn cycle anyway. Actually, could I have gotten 2 cards? Let's see. I play this out, and I pitch cast. I think I could have actually gotten 2 cards, but not anymore. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, and then I can attack with both. Yeah, I'm just going to get it out of the way. Okay, Aegis. Go ahead and attack for 5, and we'll pass. I feel extremely dead. Getting a second card would have been really clean. Let's see. We Solitude. Yeah, I think I could have just pitched that. Okay. Now they got the 1 ring. And they can blow up all my stuff. 2, 5, 6. Here comes Ugin, maybe? Wait, is Ugin 6? I can't believe it's 6. It's got to be 7, right? They're going to let me untap. Another Tamiyo. Well, yeah, I can't cast this from exile. I could cast pre-war, but they'll probably blow that up when they blow this up. I'll just pass. They're going to draw a lot of cards. Protection from everything is very powerful. Okay, they draw some cards. Now, I'm regretting not just blowing this up. Karn's a problem. They can Lattice Lock me now. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Yeah, because I play this out, and then they just pop. Goes the board. Okay, they're going to wait, but it doesn't really matter. Well, that's annoying. Let's see if we can save her. We can redeploy her, but I don't think it'll be good enough. They're creating a bunch of spawns, which can block. See if we draw. Another Felia. I'm going to concede. I mean, we could just attack, but like it's not going to accomplish anything. I'm trying to think, what could we do here? I think the answer is nothing. But I'll just attack. They don't even have to blow up the board. Attack both of Karn. Sadly, he is the focus now. Okay. And then they just pop this after they put the Mycosynth Lattice on the stack. I play it out. It's prescripted. I'm actually wasting time. Yeah, that was close. I think it seemed right to blow up their land because I thought they were struggling on mana. I think Force Negation and Consign absolutely comes in. I think the Force Negations come in too. I'll take out pre-war. I will take out a Stoneforge. I always take out a Stoneforge when I take out a pre-war. And then I'm going to take out a land. I'll just take out this basic plains. We can take out the plows completely. I think I can take out a Solitude. I know I'm like super low on white cards now, and there's a question of whether we should just take out the Solitudes too. Maybe we should. If we bring in Wrath, how good is that? They didn't play a lot of low curve stuff. I think Solitude's better because at least it is a threat that can come out. I'm going to run it like this. This hand is slow, but yeah. I mean, if I just find a land, it'll be fine. So I'll just Tundra and then I'll try to... They're mulling to 6. That's good. So we've got 2 things they do answered. But keep in mind that like they have very good cards against us. I don't have a Surveil land in the deck. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Ponder now. I can Brainstorm next turn if I absolutely need to. This is perfect. What was I even worried about? I'll just put the Force Negation in the hand. I'll take the Tundra first. This way I have like triple force. Not really. But notably, Force Negation works around... Yeah, I'm just going to go get the sword. I know we're shuffling away land. It's okay. The sword is worth it. Now we can defend this, and we can sword one of their things, and we'll have it on the table, and then we just need to find a Felia. Once upon a time is fine. They find a Cloud Post, Forest, Disruptor Flute. They could just name Stoneforge here. That's fine. No, wait, I shuffled. So I won't necessarily draw an answer to this. I do think I just end this. I'm actually going to Force of Will here because I want to get this in and then I can at least equip and start hitting them in the face. So it's kind of like a disruption piece plus a little bit of action. Okay, perfect. We drew a land. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. I could Brainstorm. No, my hand's fine. I'm not going to change anything about my hand. I'll just blow up. I could blow up the green source. I'll blow this up. This is higher mana potential. And I'll just suffer the consequences if they like crop rotate or something later. I do like their taste in basic. Okay, so this we knew about. Let's take a natural draw here. Felia is insane. I'm just going to attack, and then I'll put Felia in the instep, and I'm holding up Force Negation. Urza's Tower. Okay. We will do this. And I'm just keeping the lands in my deck because I want to draw them. Okay, this is probably an attempt to exile her. And I'll just counter it. Yeah, we'll hold the forced negation up, which I can pay for. And then they're going to start losing permanents every turn. Good game. That's how you do it. Game 3. Still haven't seen enough cause to bring in Wrath. I mean, that was so powerful that I think I do bring in the Stoneforge Mystic. And I do take out the Solitude. Bring this in. No, wait, I think I want pre-war. I've still got 2 Solitudes. It's not terrible. We're on the draw, so even less reason to bring the planes in. We did get lucky with land. We had a 1-lander and we found 2 lands on the brainstorm, which I only kept 1 and then I drew another one. So that was very nice. I think we do we want to cut a Tamio? Tamio is mediocre against Karn decks. I think it's a pretty easy decision to cut her, actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then, we'll have to face Thought-Knot. I mean, that is a reason to have Plow in the deck. This is a great hand. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this when you're on the draw. So I'll force blue card the first thing, pitching that, and I'll keep the second force. Yeah, I'll just play this one out, and we'll pass. We can consign things now. So they're just jamming big dumb cards that we have to stop. I don't want to draw any more land. I think I can go ahead and just grab a Tundra here. And this would be a perfect opportunity to surveil. So that's worth noting. Like whenever I make a decision like that, I'm like, okay, should I... Okay, so here... We don't have anything going on. There's not really any reason not to just fire out the Wasteland. I'm going to do so. We still have Consign up, but I just want to restrict their mana where I can. They Once Upon a Time, this is fine. I'm not going to fight that. They fought in a Cloud Post, okay. So they're playing like lots of different kind of combos. Crop Rotation, I do think that's a force. Because that, yeah, I'm going to force here. I will pitch a Force of Will. Or a Brainstorm. I don't think Brainstorm is like necessary. I'm fine with drawing these. Unfortunately, that does fizzle my Wasteland. Yes, that was a good play on their part. And I mentioned earlier crop rotation, but that really sucks. Because they would have like gotten, probably another Cloud Post or something like that. It would have been ugly. Karakas. I just play that out. I don't think it matters. It does give them heads up as to something they can... They're probably going to think I'm going to have Felia, but I actually don't. Okay, they're passing. All right, they probably have K command here. And I'm just getting lucky that they didn't use it. Okay, now I have Force Negation that I can cast. And pretty soon I'll be up to Hardcast Force of Will. But we're going to need to counter several consecutive spells. So this is just a K command. It's no big deal. That is no big deal. I'm not going to fight that. They're getting a spawn. And they're scrying and drawing. And they did top. Okay, Planar Nexus, so now they have tons of mana. Just oodles of mana. Karn has to be stopped. I will just force negate him. Okay, and now we're kind of committing to stopping, if they have it, the one that wipes the board. Silex. Now I have to force this. Sadly, you can't let him resolve. But Consign is very good against the giant creature. Now I actually do kind of want to play this out because I want to shuffle this away if the opportunity presents itself. So now we're really weak. They can cast like some pretty big things. Tons of mana. I'll probably have to like stop like a K command. Brainstorm would be great. Okay, this is giant K command. Most likely. No, why wouldn't they make it bigger if it was K command? What is this? Okay, they are making it a big K command. Well, I am going to consign it. I don't think there's any reason to replicate, so I'll just cast like this and keep my mana up. I can't have them looking at that many cards. All right, Stoneforge Mystic is a great draw. Let's just go ahead and get the... We're going to get the sword. I think we have to at this point. I'm so far behind. And I will play my land out because this allows me to eventually... Yeah, I'm giving up on... I'll just play it out and then I can play this if they just remove this. I think we're screwed. This is probably... Yeah, there's the Ugin. That's what I wanted to hold it for. I didn't have a choice. Just believe me, I didn't have a choice. We're going to lose, and it's just unfortunate that their cards lined up. It's not a good matchup for us. Let's put it that way. Yeah, and I'm done. I'm not going to keep playing because they've got two powerful planeswalkers. This is a terrible matchup for us. And I played against these 12 post decks. I played against one in paper the other day, and I didn't even have Wasteland in my deck then because I was doing the all basics, and it was even worse. It was just like the worst matchup. It's hard to imagine how terrible that matchup is. But once you actually play it a few times, you start to realize, oh, damn, this is like the nightmare matchup for us. I mean, look at how many forces we had. And you have to force every single thing they do. If you let anything through, and I did let a couple things through, then you'll just get destroyed, unfortunately. So definitely get a playtest more against that, hopefully. I would love to queue back into True Futurism and try that one again. Right, round 2, we're 0-1, losing to True Futurism on the big mana deck. This opponent might be on the Hogak deck. I don't like this hand, though. It's just too slow. They did mulligan, but the problem is if they're on the Hogak deck or really any Wasteland deck, I don't like to keep one-landers with just Brainstorm. I want to mulligan this. This is even worse. This does happen. We have 20 lands in our deck. The odds of us getting a no-lander are 1 in 20. It's very low. Okay, this is great. This is actually an excellent hand. So Force, we just don't have a blue card for it. And like I'm just going to assume they're not on combo. And we could even play on basics here. Yeah, that's something our deck can do. And I did have the option. Yeah, this is fine. So I'm glad if they're on another Goif, I'm very glad that I put back the Force. So what's going to happen is probably this first one is going to get killed somehow. Actually, am I going to clear this immediately? I could. Let's see what they do. I mean, like it's a 0-1. It's not like we have to. Wasteland. Okay, I'm definitely playing on basics this game, which is a luxury I have because I have 5 basic lands in my deck because I'm 2-color. You can't do this if you're, playing a big multicolor deck. All right, we'll take a natural draw. I'm not going to fetch lands away. Okay, so here, I think we just go get the, just in case we need to force something. Since I already drew the force, I'm going to go and get the Aegis. They may have Bowmasters. That's what they're representing now. I don't fear Bowmasters with this deck like I would normally if I was like on blue-black tempo. So I'll get Aegis, and then we'll just chill. This is good if they like get Hogak. We can like copy their Hogak and stuff. It's really strong. And it's a blue card to pitch the force if we really need to counter something. It's fine. I've got plenty of answers, and this is going to ping me, but I actually can keep their creatures at bay completely with just this dinky little 1-2 because they have a pretty sclerotic start. Overlord. I mean, it's certainly tempting to force this because it is going to become pretty big. It is an enchantment and a creature. It grows the Netherglyph quite a bit. I think this is just too much value, and the game is going to go pretty long. I think I'm just going to force it. So now they do have a good attack with Netherglyph. Yeah, this is like a really powerful effect. Tommy has a great rip. So options. 1, we play out the Tomio and the Stoneforge. I think I'm actually fine with that. Yeah. And then if they Hogak, like if they're doing anything on the creature dimension, I think we're safe. They could Thoughtseize the plow out of my hand. That would suck. I'm going to go get the pre-war for sure. And then we're just going to play control. Like we're basically just going to hang back like cowards the entire time. And I can actually throw one of these in front of it once I have pre-war, and then I can get the like pre-war, which will be insane. If they Thoughtseize me, I won't do that. But if they don't Thoughtseize me, I might actually just chump just to get because I have one more equipment in my deck, the Meteor Sword, which is very good against them. Like they have 1 mana. Bubble. This does grow the Goif. I think I'm going to chump. Okay. They draw their card. Oh, well, what do we want to do here? I could just get this back at will. I think I just attack and pass. I don't think they have any graveyard disruption. Certainly not main deck. So I should be able to pre-war with comfort. If Hogak comes, he doesn't have haste. I'm trying to think of like how they could blow out my Stoneforge play. They could have endurance and just pitch cast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the value, and then I'm going to attempt to block here. It is big enough to block. And then if they want to do some big move to kill her, that's fine because I've already gotten value out of her. They could like have a Bowmaster here. Okay, another Wasteland. It looks like Bowmasters is coming. This is fine. Oh, another Overlord is good. Like that's a powerful play. That might be able to pull them back into it. Okay, so I see Malevolent Rumble. I don't see a Yeah, so Nethergrowth grows. It's a good thing they didn't cast that pre-combat, huh? 6/7? Yeah, that's huge. My kids are going crazy over the number 6/7. Okay, so now Solitude's clean. I think what we do is we just go ahead and use the sword. We could blow this up and then they have to bring it back. I kind of want to blow this up. We can hit anything. I could just wait. This has vigilance. I think I just attack with everything and chill. And I'll keep this back, of course. But like if they decide to swing in, I can block one of them and then I can just sword that. Yeah, I'll just do that. I mean, blowing up this and starting cracking clues is also an option. But I think I am going to want to clear this. It's just a question of how I want to clear it. Moonshadow's fine. This has evasion, notably. So they can't bring this back this turn. I think I just blow it up. So the Moonshadow is going to see this blow up and it is going to get bigger. But I'll probably end up plowing that. Okay, Dryad Arbor. So they can start wasting their own lands if they want to grow Moonshadow. I would be excited if they started doing that. Okay, Felia is really powerful here. So that is clearly the play. I'm just going to attack here. I don't think they're likely to block. I can attack in the air and create another thing. Yeah, I'll just do that. And then I have Felia who can jump in and block if they get too frisky. And then once Felia's out, like Meteor Sword starts blinking every turn. I could even equip Pre-War to Felia so that she's big enough to attack in. I am most likely going to Solitude pitching Stoneforge Mystic. So, okay, this is fine. So this does trigger Moonshadow. They did not hit the Hogak. This can come across. They can just waste a bunch to save it. So if I block here, if I double block, they have to... What do? They might waste their own stuff. That'd be pretty glorious. They have to... Yeah, they could waste their own thing, and then that grows it, and it kills both of these. But if they want to kill... It'd be 5. That's not enough to kill both. Call me crazy, but I think I'm going to block it. Just to get them to kill their own stuff. Because I was planning to equip this to Felia anyway, and then I can just sort it. Okay, it's wasting itself. That's fine. It's a 4/4. You're going to have to do it again. They're keeping the creature around. That's fine. I mean, I could just plow now to blow that out and keep my creatures. I think that's fine. Wait, you know what? I could just Solitude now. I think I'm just going to Solitude now. And then I could still Felia. So that was kind of a 2 for 2. Okay, this triggers. It's fine. And then I'll just go ahead and put Felia in. And hopefully they don't have Fatal Push. Force of Will's nice. I'll just keep attacking with Tamio. We might need these clues later. Should I just blow up the Overlord? I think I blow up the Orcish Bowmaster first. Okay, yeah, I'll just kill all 4 of those. That's fine with me. And then I just blow... Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll blow up the Overlord. Holy cow. That was a questionable block, frankly. But maybe they're like in such a desperate position that like that's the only thing that makes sense. But like they have literally 1 land. Yeah. Okay, well, we chest boarded them into submission there. That felt good. Wrath, get in the deck. You are here for that exact reason. I'm going to take out my forces. Do I even want forces? I think we just become like a totally white deck is my instinct here. Tamio is fine. Yeah, I'm going to take out the forces, I think. And I don't want to trim any lands because they're playing a lot of removal. Or Wastelands. Dress Down's very good against them. They may have Baragoyf in there. I think the card that I probably want to trim is just a Riddler. And we'll just play slowly and carefully like we did there. And hopefully get very far ahead on cards. Okay, so this is a mulligan. I want to remind you, the previous game we won, I think, mulliganing to 5. That's how much card advantage this deck generates. This is a risky keep because we can't get a white source with this. I'm going to mulligan this. This is the keep. I will put back a Wrath and I guess I put back Dress Down. I mean, it's a good card, but it's just not where, like, I think I have to, yeah, I just want to make sure I don't die. Like they have Wasteland, so I have to do the risky play of Tundra Ponder here. And I want to get those out before their creatures start hitting the table. They did mull to 6. They've been on Wasteland. Okay, that's great for me because that's precisely the card I was afraid of. Oh, yeah. Love it. Now we don't even have to worry about that. All right, let's cast our cantrip before they can do stuff. These cards are fine, but we don't have a way to shuffle, so I'm just going to shuffle. We don't need more of that. Okay, Riddler. That's probably not a good card. But we can Riddle to bait the Bowmasters, and then we can Wrath. But there's a couple turns in between that. Okay, Rumble is fine. So one risk is we don't actually have Hogak cover currently. If they can get a quick Hogak, we could lose to that. Okay, they got the Spawn. And the card they chose was a Moonshadow? No, a Bayou. Interesting. Well, they do have a Wasteland now. I think I'm going to brainstorm and try to find a fetch and just shuffle this Tundra away. That would be the dream. Come on, fetch. All right, we didn't find the fetch. We found a bunch of stuff that's not good. I actually think I hide the... What do I want to hide? The Wrath is the most impactful card. I don't want the Meteor Sword like ever, unfortunately. There's nothing we can do. We're going to draw that. Yeah, I'll do it like that, and then I'm just going to chill. And we're going to hope that we blow them out with Wrath. I actually should have stacked it where the Wrath is too deeper because I'm going to have to draw that Meteor Sword anyway. But I do have like in-step Felia into Riddler, which is unlikely to get us there, but it might work. It's 2 turns away, though. Overlord is very strong. Can't interact. Okay, they found Nethergoyf. They can get back the Moonshadow. I think Moonshadow's what they get. Terra Sunder is in the deck. That's a very cool card. I love this card. It's got really sick art, too. Just cutting into that freaking Boa Constrictor monster. Moonshadow's out. Yeah, I mean, that's dangerous. So their deck is heavily built around Moonshadow. This is several turns away. We have time. We're not ready to Wrath yet. I just want to see if I can get them to commit more to the board. And they may kill Felia, but then Riddler can just arrive like non-warped later. I can take a turn to Wrath, and then I can... Like, Thoughtseize would be pretty catastrophic here. I just hope that they like bring back another Nethergoyf or do some other stuff. I hope they don't play a... Yeah, it would be very difficult for me to answer a Hogak right now in this exact situation, even though I've got tons of life. Please don't Thoughtseize me. 3 mana. Is this Berry? Why would they play Berry that way? Because they've got 2 perfectly good mana they could be tapping instead of sacking that Spawn. I honestly can't think of what they're playing. Oh, they're just returning another way. But why? Why do it that way? Come on, play a 1-drop. Play 2 1-drops. Cosmogoyf. I think I'm just going to Wrath at this point. Interesting. Is that right? I think they're tapped low enough. I do want a Felia, and I'll just blow it for 1, and I don't even care about this thing. No. I think it is good to get a 2-for-1 here. Just chill for 1 more turn cycle. It's actually 2 turn cycles because I have to use it like all my mana. But then I can just cast Riddler out of hand. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep the Felia. Wrath. This Overlord is going to be a pain for sure. Okay, we clear the board. And I mean, Overlord versus Quantum Riddler. I'm siding with Quantum Riddler with the life totals the way they are. They may be flooded over there. They've made a land drop every single turn. Another Cosmogoyf. That's not too big of a deal. I'm not a huge believer in this card as being legacy playable. Oh, they can bring Nethergoyf, and that does grow this. We'll see what I draw. I gotta draw here. Like, Plow would be good here. This will kill me pretty quickly. And we have to clear this. Another Wrath would be fine. Okay, so I think what I do here, do I just take the hit and then do the Quantum Riddler combo? I think I just play a Quantum Riddler. He can at least block this. They are tapped out. I'll just get 1 card. I'm going to do this. That way I at least have the body to protect. Because I could warp and hope to find something, but I'm worried I'll just find a land. Oh, another Quantum Riddler is nice. Yeah, so I can Quantum Riddler several turns in a row if I need to. But I am going to take 8 damage here, at least. I feel like if you're playing this card, you probably also need to play that terrible Serum Powder. There's a tech with that. That's fine. I'll take it. Okay, this is arriving very soon, and it will be very scary. We're so close to Meteor Sword. I think Meteor Sword could take this out. I think I'm going to go like this, and I'm just going to trust. Just trust that they don't have it. Like, if I find a Plow off this, it's so huge. Or Solitude. Come on, Plow. Or Solitude. Okay, well, I do have to block this turn cycle. I have to hang back. I'll just chump. And then next turn we do have Tundra, which blows this up. They are too smart. Did they see the meteor sword? I don't think they did. But that was absolutely what they needed to do. It's counterintuitive, but it is correct. I'm not going to go to 1. I will chump. I don't think we have a chance to win anymore. I'm trying to think of, like, we would need to get a plow. It may not seem like our situation is that dire, but it is. It's pretty terrible. This doesn't have trample or anything. I think the main problem is it's a 2-mana spell that doesn't have any evasion, which is why I just don't think it's like legacy playable. But we're seeing it on the table doing stuff. I think it is modern playable, probably. I've heard it's in modern. Okay, so this doesn't trigger when it comes in. It just triggers when it attacks. So we can still potentially clear this. We just need like a miraculous series of draws. You know that card that gives you miraculous series of draws? It's called Brainstorm. Let's try it. And sadly, I think we're just cooked if they have Bowmaster here. We're going to take so much damage. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. So 2 here, and then we Solitude. I still can't shuffle away the... Yeah, that's not terrible. Let's think about this. So I could play this land out. Then I Solitude. Then I... Is there a way that I can do all that? That's a lot of mana. I do need to kill this. So that goes back for sure. And then... Let's see. 1 mana to exile this. 1 mana to ponder. I want to shuffle this bad land away that's just going to get wasted. But playing the land out does give us the ability to draw a second card. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll do like that. And now, first things first, blue, white, and this menace. Now, Solitude, pitching Felia. Sad to see our girl go that way, but we have to clear this Overlord. Now, we warp, and I get a card. I get 2 cards. I get 3 cards, right? 3 cards. Yeah, that's good. And then I can just play out the Tundra, and then depending on what I draw, 3 cards, it's insane. This card's so cracked. Best card of 2025, in my humble opinion. Now they're playing what is this? Terrace Thunder. Exile target artifact. Okay, that's fine. So I'll only get 2 cards, I guess. And I won't have a blocker, sadly. Okay. Now I can play this. I'm going to go ahead and use the ability while it's out to ponder. These are freaking cards. Holy cow. So I think we'll take the Tomio now, and then Wrath is a good insurance policy, and then, yeah. Like that. Actually, I get 2 cards. So, yeah. It's actually not good. Okay, so we're going to take 3 here, and then we'll just see what they have. They have 1 card in hand. It can't be Hogak. That was an insane brainstorm, by the way. Okay, Loam is good. They can surveil and waste us. It's not that big of a deal, though. All right, they're going to surveil and try to find like Hogak or something. Oh, they don't have any more surveils. Okay, we're just going to take 4. And we're very stable. Once I remove this, I can plow. I can't plow and play out a Riddler this turn. I could just play out the Riddler. I think there's risk there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to plow now. I could have waited. I'll play this out. And then next turn we have Riddler out of Warp. And we have Wrath if they get frisky. Loam, they shouldn't regrow that. Yeah, they don't. They need natural draws. Bowmaster could be in their hand. It's terrifying. Drawing Wild. That is a sick rip. Come across and we'll pass. I'm not going to play this out because I don't want to risk Bowmaster. Like, we're very close to death here. Felia can tango with Bowmaster. They've got 26 life. Fetching to 25. Okay. They're so flooded, it's not even funny. What do they have? They could just hard cast Overlord. That would be insane. Okay, let's play out our Felia. And then they're going to take our Wrath, most likely. I'm just, like, the main card I'm afraid of is Bowmasters. If they have Bowmasters, it's very bad for us. Okay, so now I can start attacking with Felia. I think I just attack with Felia and I blink the Tomio after combat. All right, and now they can Bowmaster and kill my Felia, but I have another Felia that comes in. They do have it. All right, so let's think about this. I think we go ahead and we crack a clue now. Let's do that. This is our window to do that. Okay, and now they get the other one. Okay, we're done at Tomio here. So one of these, like, they're going to ping and block, and then I'll just wait till they attack and I'll ambush with my other Felia. And we're low enough that they're going to be tempted into attacking with this Bowmaster. Then I can blow that out. And they were very smart to time it the way they did. So I get my Tomio back. But now they don't have an incentive to attack. Dry Arbor. Okay. I mean, they may have to attack anyway. Because they have to get us dead. And we are going to... The game is not going their way. Because of that insane brainstorm. And now we just block the Bowmaster. And it should be pretty hard to lose from here. Like they can't Hogak anymore. They just didn't find Hogak. I think they're only playing like two of them. Probably. But he's definitely in their deck. Okay, they do have another Bowmaster. So that is good for them. But they are losing a Bowmaster here. Okay, and they've got lots of pressure. Oh, did I not block that? That was a punt. Obviously, I meant to block that. Okay, well, I took an unnecessary damage when it really matters. Hopefully we draw something good, like a Stoneforge. Pretty good. I think I just have to chill and wait till combat in case they play something even better. Solitude is just insane. And that's why I'm playing 5 of them. This is going to be a blowout. And then from here, we can just bring out Riddler. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one. That has to die. I don't want them to be able to clear my Solitude somehow. Block here, block here. That way they have to Bowmaster. They have to choose if they have another Bowmaster, which one they're going to kill. They're not going to be able to kill both. They do have another Bowmaster. Very good. I presume they're going to kill my Solitude, but I will still gain 3 life, which is nice. Yeah, that was strong. That was very strong. They've drawn their Bowmasters. Yeah, and we didn't have a window to do anything. Come on, another banger, please. That's a banger. They're hellbent. I'll flip Tomio here, and then feeling very good at 7 life against a hellbent opponent. There's not going to be a game 3, I don't think. So I can take my time here. All right, and I could probably just play out the Wasteland and waste them. Does that make sense? I should play out the Wasteland, I think. And, of course, Pre-War is an insane rip. We'll just pass. If they want to waste me, I can take out one of their other lands in the process. If they can't attack here, if they drew like Bowmaster number 4 would be pretty good here. Yeah, they just scooped. GG's. Yeah, that was how you do it. Like, that felt really good. All right, and we're getting the full ringer here. We're up against Onslaught Pride mid-range. This hand is risky because we don't have a way to get a second land, but it is a good hand for sure. I think we have to mulligan it, though. I just don't want to get stalled out on mana. That's a really good way to lose. And otherwise, advantage. Why are we getting so many one-landers? I've been mulliganing so much, and I'm playing 20 lands. What the heck? Well, this is a mulligan. I'm not going to do the Island Ponder keep thing. Like, I think when Boston says that, it's with Basic Island. And I was actually playing against him one time, and I Island Ponder kept, and then it didn't get there. And he's like, that's the secret, is it doesn't always work. There's no guarantee in Magic, a high variance game. Like Quantum Riddler, I think we put back Force and I'll land. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll put back... Yeah, I'll do it because like Felia with Quantum Riddler is insane. And I want to go for early Felia when they're thinking I'm like on some sort of combo deck. Yeah. And I'll just lead with the Flooded Strand. And I'm just not going to do anything for the first couple of turns. And then I'm going to Felia. And hopefully they're not going to have Karakas. They have 1 Karakas in the deck. Surely they won't draw their Karakas on, the 3rd time I've had to mold a 5 with a 20 land deck. Thoughtseize, that's brutal. When we're already on a mold of 5. Now they know our secrets. They know that they can just take their time. There's going to be another Bowmaster matchup. Bowmaster is rough. Okay, they must have Fatal Push for Felia. I can't imagine why they wouldn't take that, because Felia is the strongest card in my deck. Or definitely in this hand. Well, I'm going to try it. I'm just going to hope that they don't have it, but they're going to have it. And this is going to be a very short game, unfortunately. Good game. Good game. I'm not going to play it out. Yeah, whatever. I know what you're on. You're on the Mardu tokens thing. Okay. I can tell just from the land choices. Arid Mesa and stuff. Okay, so Wrath of the Skies get in the deck. Prismatic Ending is very good here. Hydroblast can come in too. I'll take out the Forces. I'm going to take out Assimilation Aegis. Am I? No, I don't think we do. Tomio is actually really good against their deck. I think Riddler is not as good. It's just too hard to stick because they're going to have like Hydro and they're going to be like playing Bowmaster and stuff. I think the strategy against Bowmaster decks is you just make your deck like extremely white and not as blue. I'll keep all the equipment in. Let's do it. Like, really, just resolving Wrath of the Skies is our key to victory. And them not naturally drawing their Tamio, which is a huge beating against our deck. And of course, our deck is doing this nonsense to us again. But this is a double ponder hand, so I'll keep it. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not wild about it, but I don't want to go low. I don't want to mulligan this hand and get a no-lander, since our deck seems to like doing that to us. Okay. And for the record, I think our mana base is bulletproof, but it's not RNG proof. Yeah, these are fine. I actually like this a lot. There could be some situation where we need a Solitude, but like holding Solitude is nice. I'm going to put this on the bottom because I'll draw it later, and I'll just take the Solitude now. And if they thought seize me, they're going to be able to take something. But like, I mean, there's almost 0% chance that I Solitude here. Like, they would have to have 2 plays, and I don't think they do. Okay. No play at all. Interesting. But they did mulligan. So now this is our planes. And this is a window for me to just go ahead and Stoneforge. But I do shuffle away that land. I think I'm going to do it. I think, yeah, let's just go get the sword. No, I'm going to get the pre-war. I'm going to be conservative here. There's a decent chance that it gets killed in combat or something, and I can use it. They'll have to Thoughtseize it out of our hand. Gosh, they just naturally had the Karakas on top of the mold of 5. I don't think that this match is going to be particularly representative of how it goes, but this is a very bad matchup. Like, I played this at Buffalo Chicken Dip and got completely destroyed. Game 1 and 2, and then my opponent, yeah, of course, they have the natural Karakas. Every time. It's like a one-of, and they always have it. Okay. X-King's Culture, that's not a big deal. All right. Hydroblast is nice. I think we just Hydro the Squelcher. Then we just come in for 1. Yeah, I'm not guaranteed to have better targets for this Hydroblast. And I'll just attack. I did kind of screw up when I took the Solitude first. Like, I probably should have just taken the extra land so I could continue to develop. I forgot that I was going to shuffle when I Stoneforge Mystic. So that was a mistake. And a punt for anybody counting punts. This is unfortunate, but it is going to happen. They're probably going to take our pre-war because that's like the best equipment ever printed. They don't have black mana up currently, so I will be brainstorming to try to put this equipment back. They'll probably take my brainstorm. Like, if they don't take pre-war. I would take pre-war just because it's going to be a huge ordeal later in the game. They took Aegis. Okay, so Johnny is just going to get plowed for sure. So I'll brainstorm and then I'll plow because I do want to hit a land. Okay, well, I hit a land. That's great. There's no reason. Yeah, I'm just going to brainstorm first. You got to do these when the Bowmasters are not around. I don't want another brainstorm. I don't really want this land though either. I'm like marching toward Hardcast Solitude, but is that even that great? The plow is great though. So do that. And then I'm going to play this out. I guess eventually I'll be able to do it. I'm going to go ahead and just plow here. And then we'll just chill. And if we need to, we can plow a second time. If they attack, I'll just let them kill it because I can bring it back. And I'll happily take that token. They may have a second one because they knew we had removal and they played it anyway. Yeah, buddy, you know I'm blocking this. Get something in my yard for my pre-war. Oh, so much land. I love it. Yeah, Johnny. Unfortunately, I don't have a clean way to deal with this. Like, I just have to hold the plow up. Is there any reason? Is my top card a land? I think it's a land, right? Surely I stacked it with a land on top. I knew I needed it. I haven't shuffled yet. Okay, thank goodness. I was freaking out. All right, so now if they attempt to flip this, I've got an answer. I'm just going to go ahead and get the... I'll just fetch twice right now because I don't want them to have some window to interact when I have to fetch to get the plow. Now we're going to pre-war. We'll get our Stoneforge back and we'll go get the sword. We're going to use that sword to blow up the damn Karakas. Bane of my existence. It's fair on fair violence is what this Karakas is. All right, we'll chill. They don't have good attacks. They could attack with the cat and then... Yeah, I'm so happy that they're flooding so hard. Karmic justice for making me not get my lands because it's totally your fault. Wait, you're wasting your own land? They said, no. Well, dude, you could have just activated it. Oh well. Like one punt. I think they just spiraled. I'll take it. I will take it. This is a nightmare matchup. Okay, great. They just concede the game. Love it. Okay. Well, yeah. That we take those. Let's go back in. No changes. Didn't get to show them my wrath. They will taste my wrath. Hopefully in game 3. But yeah, I had 2 wraths in my sideboard and played against this guy who runs a metal. He's in a metal band. Chernobyl the Secret. And yeah, he just destroyed me. And then we talked about metal for a while. And then he played, we did round fun, as I like to call it. Round 1, round 2, round fun. And then I beat him, but I beat him on the strength of like double wrath. So I was like, yeah, I need to have a 3rd wrath. I actually think I'm not going to mulligan this just because I'm so afraid that I'm going to get freaking destroyed by my own deck. I know that's not how you play. That's not how probability works, but I'm playing scared. Guide of Souls. Well, that's not a good card. Just the best white creature ever printed, but like I still like it's not good for me is what I'm saying. Okay, so we have several options. I think the best option is just to chill with Pyro up, and we can brainstorm and put the wrath up if we absolutely need to. I think I'm here for that, and we'll just let them do their guide shenanigans and get their board as wide as they need to get, because come 3 mana we are blowing up the world. Yeah, Guide of Souls is an insane card, but hopefully they do something red like a Velociraptor. Okay, coming across. I'll take the damage. Scary Town, population me. All right. Is this love that I'm feeling? Hexing Squelcher. Unfortunately, I can't interact with the Squelcher on the stack, so I do have to actually pay the life. So I'm taking a lot of damage here. I am going to go ahead and blast him. Is that true, though? Because we blast him. We hold the Hydroblast for something else. We're not going to be countering anything anyway. I could play out my Stoneforge Mystic. I think actually I do blast because there's a chance that I Wrath for 1 instead of Wrath for 2. And it's just, it will do damage. So just getting this off the table is nice because it's one less thing that I need to worry about. And I'll be taking 2 damage from it every turn if I leave it. All right. By the way, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Classic song. Google the lyrics. Is it Whitesnake? I don't remember. I'm a bad music fan. This is Stoneforge, but this is also, we have 5 lands in hand. Like if they take our Wrath, we're so screwed. It's not even funny. They might burn a plow on Stoneforge instead of doing other stuff if they are afraid enough. I'm going to go get the pre-war. I'm not going to brainstorm. That's scared play. I'm going to be brave and advance my board. Press my advantage. Stoneforge is in. Pre-war. Love this card. I love this card so much. It is difficult for me to articulate in words, just like how excited I was when they printed this. I was like, man, Stoneforge, what a freaking gift to Stoneblade gamers everywhere, this card. In the Fallout set of all time. I remember there was like a year where it wasn't even on MTGO. They finally got the rights. Therapy. That's a bummer. There goes our favorite equipment. And they're going to be able to take our Wrath too if they want. That's a serious bummer. It's like even worse than Thoughtseize. Because it's like we're going to lose 2 things now. But I'm almost like if they don't Bowmaster here, I will brainstorm. I need to put some of this stuff back. These lands now, they're starting to stink. No! Well, they're going to flash back. They're going to take my Wrath, and I'm going to be sitting here doing nothing. And they can also hit me for 3 in the air. This is why this deck is so insane. This deck is insane that we're up against. It is just the best fair deck in Legacy, in my humble opinion. But it does probably lose really hard to like Storm and Doomsday and stuff. So temper your expectations as you play with that. You're probably going to just pair into a bunch of combo. Okay, well, oh yeah, you're going to fly. I can't even block. Yeah, like I'm so far behind, it's not even funny. Did I win one of the games? I think I'm not going to win this one. Did I lose one? Oh yeah, I conceded because they had Karakas. That's right. Yeah, and that was not a winning game. So now we get to do the very fun thing of pondering into a Bowmasters because frankly, like we just have to find a Wrath. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to brainstorm into it because then I'll lose everything. Oh yeah, baby. So we're going to hold this and just hope that we can get through this. We do have a blocker. Yeah, I get another trigger on this too. Ooh, baby. Do you know what's worth Heaven's a Place on Earth, and it is Wrath of the Skies. I'm going to Wrath, and I'm going to kill my own Stoneforge. But I'm going to be free of this damn Bowmaster and this Guide of Souls that is dumbing me every single turn cycle. Just commit more. Overcommit to the table. Dump your entire hand. Come on. Yes. That is a card. Don't you dare find freaking Thoughtseize off of that. Actually, if they find Plow, am I just dead? I might be. They're going to hit me for a lot. Another guide? Oh, no. That's not good. But it is stuff that dies at least. All right. I'm taking 6 here. And then we're going to blow up the board. I'm actually taking 7 because I'm going to fetch. Yep. Brutality. The humanity. And they still have 2 cards in hand. All right. Well, we're going to do our thing here. Push away the bad cards. Give me something that I can survive with. Aegis. That's not good enough. I do still have to Wrath. I think I lead with the Wasteland because it could be that somehow Karakas is good and maybe they waste the Wasteland. Like one of the cards in their hand is Wasteland. Maybe. I'm not even going to bother trying to get a squirrely attack. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight to the Wrathen. We're at 3 life. This is so precarious. Be sure to resolve this correctly. The old 5 for 1. I guess it's technically 5 minus 1 because we did lose a thing there. All right, now we can finally brainstorm, hopefully. If they just Velociraptor again, I'll be so sad. They just rebuild their board. Okay, Wasteland. They're wasting my land. Yes, it worked. My gambit worked. I still have a Karakas. Of course you have more. All right, well, I could just Aegis this, I think, is what I have to do here because I'm just dead on board if I don't. Solitude is great, but I'll just buy time. I could brainstorm. I think I just want to wait a turn. If they can blow this up somehow, like or Pyroblast it, are we just dead? Huh. I think I'm going to bait with... Oh, no, I only have 1 blue source. Yeah, I have to try this. I think they're just going to Pyro this. Because like, it makes sense for them to be holding something like Pyroblast. They can do it late, like after it's in. They could actually wait, untap, play the thing, and then... the Guide of Souls, and then do this to get extra trigger. Would it actually be better to just do it in step? Wow, we're lucky. This will not hold. They will Pyroblast eventually. Squelcher is annoying as all hell. We need to get our Solitude on the table somehow. We're not going to be able to target any of their creatures or stop any of their action. So we have to kill this. It's just a question of like, how do we go about it? I think we brainstorm because if I can find just a bigger creature. Yeah, I'm going to go and do it. They're tapped out. So Stoneforge, and then we're just going to die to this thing. I'll just play the Stoneforge out of hand. I mean, I'm so close to actually casting the Solitude and keeping it around, and I'm so low in life that I think that might be necessary. I could just Stoneforge chump for a turn, and then Solitude. I've already used the pre-war. This is the last equipment. I have to, unfortunately, put the Stoneforge in front. I think that's my line. I'm going to Stoneforge. I'll get an equipment, just chill in my hand. And then I'll attempt to cast a Solitude the next turn, but I'll take 2 from targeting it. This is super messy. Wait, if we become a copy of this, we become a copy of that. For 2 mana? That'll work. Yeah. All right, let's get our sword. And now Stoneforge is going to get an extra toughness. Check this out. She's a 1/3. And she can block Squelcher without dying. Do you have a Pyro you want to cast to that actually is okay, but it's not really because now Solitude. Yeah, we're gonna take 2 here, and we're gonna have something big enough to block. So maybe they play something else, and I flash in Solitude, and then I block and trade. 1 card in hand. I'm at 2 life. I can't clear this. I can Solitude and just not cast any. Like, what are the odds? Oh, what a joke. What a joke. There's no way I survive now. I'll never survive because they can just sack that. Right. Dramatic pause. Just make me wait here at 2 life. So I have to hope they brick, and then I Solitude, and then I chump. Or it's not really chump, but it's not even really a block. But they will let it happen, I think, because they'd rather kill this than ping me for 1. Yeah. Please brick for just one turn. Please brick. And if they have any creature in hand, they can just ping with this and then play it out and ping me. Okay, so that doesn't target anybody. And of course, they have the plow. So we are still technically alive. But like next turn, we're dead to this. We have to draw another Solitude. I think exactly. Or my Riddler would work. I think I brainstorm. And I can't plow this just to survive. No, because they can ping me and kill me. It's so lame. All right. Wrath kills both of these things. That's what we're doing. Meteor Sword, go back. Ponder, go back. So we'll take one here, but then we're not dead completely. It sucks to use my best card against a single threat, basically. I'm not even clearing it technically. They're pinging me to 2. I'm like fighting for my life here. My goodness. What an oppressive deck to face. The fact that they have insane creatures. They said 3 Wraths because of your deck, lol. Like, you don't understand how bad of a matchup this is. It's not as bad as actually, I think it might be worse than that controlled like big mana deck. Okay. And how do they know I have 3 Wraths? Did they just fish information out of me? I've only shown them 2. No, all 3 of them are in the graveyard. I think they made me discard 1. Okay. Now we can survive because what I can do is I can like plow my own creature if I absolutely have to. So I'm going to do this first. We're going to go get the Meteor Sword. And I can just brainstorm or ponder rather while the pondering's good. Felia is a great rip. We'll just play her out in the instep. And then we will just start Meteor Swording them. Hopefully they don't rip technically, even if they rip like a Karakas here, it's not that big of a deal. What can kill me from here? Amphiraptor's good. They've been to Guided Souls there. Okay, well, I'm going to try to Felia here, but they may have a removal spell for her. I don't think I don't do it. Okay, now I'm feeling a little safer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this. They're probably going to have Bowmaster, but I can plow one of the blockers. I'll go ahead and start taking out their white sources. They have lots of white sources. I guess I take out the black sources. They have lots of black. They've got an extremely redundant. I guess I take the red. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to combat. Okay, we'll just blink this and I'll take out their other red source. And I've got double plow, so I'm not like too scared. I can always plow my own creatures if I absolutely have to. It's not a good time. Wow, am I actually going to win? That'd be insane. Okay, so I need to put this stop here in my end step because I have to plow this immediately or else I'm dead. That's unfortunate. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine. They said, yeah, sorry. I'm a control deck. That's how I play. All right. Like, this is the control experience. So lucky, bro. All right, I think they're salty. Like, they just expect their wins for free, I guess. I have to fight for my wins. I don't get easy wins like you do with that deck. But I can also beat combo, which you can't. All right. Now we just stonewall them. Okay. Well, they're complaining, insulting. I like to... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just going to hope that they have a good day. All right. We're almost certainly up against Eldrazi. They're a fan of the channel. Shout out to Smeckles. I know this seems kind of weird, but I actually think I'm going to keep... This Wasteland is pretty good. Sometimes Eldrazi is like a little brittle. And we have Tamio, which is not great against Eldrazi. But like she does go well with lots of lands. Right? I'm going to waste that. There is the option of... Gosh, we drew another land though. I definitely want them to waste me. I think I play the Tundra and I just Tamio here. And then if they do have Thought-Knots here, it's going to be very sad. But like I don't feel like wasting without anything on the table is helpful. At least I can get an extra clue this way. And maybe I can hit Eye of Ugin, which is even more powerful than this. All right. Fleshraker is terrifying. But I am going to hit their eye. Don't have a double Fleshraker. That would be... okay, they don't have the kicker. They're just playing it. Right? They're quite the army. I take another ping. All right, good. We're going to waste the eye. I want to Solitude this so bad. Come on, white card. All right. Now, I think I just plow. Yeah, I'll hold the Solitude for later. This has to go immediately. This is just too annoying. I guess I can go ahead and ponder first. See what I'm drawing. If I take, I might be able to take out more than one thing. Stoneforge Mystic is great. I don't want this land ever, so I'm going to shuffle after taking the Stoneforge. This is why cantrips are so awesome, by the way. Oh, no, I can't shuffle because I've played the Wasteland. Damn. For some reason, I thought I had a land drop. Well, I have to clear this. That has to happen. So I guess I am going to Solitude here. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, and we're going to draw. Gosh, I can't even remember what we're drawing. Sorry, I'm a mess. I need to get some sleep. All right, let's go ahead and come across. I need to get some sleep, says the guy at 1:51 p.m. By the way, if you're wondering like how I am able to like be playing MTGO on Monday at 1:58, I work remotely and I can set my own schedule. So I just play like while my kids are away, so it's not too chaotic. And then I just work. Well, I work when my kids are home too. Yeah, I do. I just break it up throughout the day. Variety is the spice of life. So Stoneforge is almost certainly just going to go get Meteor Sword to take out that land. Yeah, I think that Ponder was an extreme punt, by the way. Like we are dodging a land that we're going to draw, but it's not good enough. Wait, I hope I stacked it because I might have been so confident that I was about to shuffle that it didn't even occur to me to stack it properly. Okay, Wasteland, that's not good, but it's not terrible. Don't play the Thought Seer here. What is this? Oh, that's fine. That's actually like not bad at all. Because I've already gotten value out of her. I think she's the next draw. Hopefully I stacked it to where the land was on the bottom and then she's on the top. Because I would like that. I'd much rather have a Tamio here than... Because I am going to have to fetch and I want to cast the Tamio. Come on, give me my Tamio. No, I stacked it wrong. I'm such a dum-dum. Well, I'm going to take 2 damage unnecessarily and I'm not going to have a Tamio this turn. What a catastrophic series. Like I just totally punted. Now this is where I'd probably just shame concede, but we're actually not necessarily in an atrocious situation here. I'm going to keep the, am I going to keep the option of Tamio? I think I do want to. Yeah. Yeah. And they're hitting me for 2 every turn, which is a big deal because that line breaker comes down and the fact that you've gotten hit for 2 several turns in a row, suddenly you're dead instead of merely like really low in life. Please run out of lands. I desperately need you to run out of lands. That's like basically all I'm playing to is you not having lands and continuing to be able to develop because they've got 5 cards in grip. Okay, they have another Wasteland. It did heralds the end. So now we're taking 3. We're taking so much damage. I'm going to play at the Stoneforge and I'm going to have to go get the pre-war. And then I'll probably have to chump and bring it back if they don't K command. They've already used a K command. All right, so let's take our Tamio here. It's better than a random draw. Now I will go get a plains and we will pre-war and then we'll just chump. Yeah, I can't afford to go get the Meteor Sword now because I'm almost certain that I need to bring her back and then she'll be pretty big. Yeah, Aegis isn't good enough. Aegis is actually rarely good against their deck because like almost none of their cards do anything of consequence. They're just big. Yeah, I'm going to definitely bring in all my consigns. Okay, they have this, which is a nice endgame play. Okay, they have the red mana. I think we're just dead. Yeah, we'll see how they attack. Like I can absorb some damage, but like it's going to be a lot of damage. See this 7-4. Ouch. Yeah, even if I bring this back, I think I'm just dead. So I'm not going to play anymore. Again, I think I doomed myself with that punt. I think this was totally a manageable game. I had a decent chance of winning it. I just punted like a dum-dum. And I'm going to try to play tighter for you, my good people. So we're not that exposed. Like Wrath, the cards are so expensive is the thing. I don't think it's correct to bring this in. I'm going to take out some Riddlers. Dress Down doesn't do anything against their deck, really. It can like technically like remove haste from something. I guess it's not atrocious, but it's not good. I think the card that I take out usually is just Tamio because she's so slow. As Riddler is flyer, at least he can like help end the game. Yeah, I think I just take out all the Tamios. She can distract, but like that's about it. Like you never have mana to crack. Like we had that clue sitting there the entire game. We just never had mana for it. And part of that was because I'll bait them with the Tundra, and that would have worked fine if we hadn't also fallen behind where we absolutely needed that mana ourselves. So there is a risk, even when you have tons of land, playing out your Tundra to bait their Wastelands. Because we probably needed that mana way more than they did. Man, this hand sucks. Yeah, I got to mulligan this. It just doesn't do anything. This hand's fine. All right, so this is actually a pretty good hand. I think we put back the Solitude, and then we start with Consign, and then we Stoneforge. Solitude is a stay alive card, but I'm on the play. I want to press my advantage. Brainstorm is almost certainly not going to get cast. It's just gonna pair with my with my Force here. Okay, Ancient Tomb. Chalice on 1. Do I even care? I probably will care later. I think I'm just going to consign this. Yeah, I'll just consign it. It shuts off Plow and stuff. I think it's Cavalier to not counter that when you can counter for 1 blue mana and on tempo too. Okay, that's not good that we drew that. I don't want any more lands. I mean, I might have to actually cast. What are we getting? We could get the Meteor Sword because we can probably stop them, but we can't necessarily stop them because they could have Cavern. But K-Command is what removes that. I think I'm going to get the Meteor Sword because if they're going to kill this, they're probably going to kill it with exile-based removal anyway. And now we can take out their best land, and maybe they don't have enough land. And then Meteor Sword equip, and this is suddenly a 4/5, which is bigger than almost all the creatures in their deck. Okay, I have Ugin. That's definitely a high priority to kill. If they play the Fleshraker, I'm going to force her immediately. K-Command. So that is a forcible card. We're going to stop it. And now we can Meteor Sword hit their Eye of Ugin, I think. And then they will be able to tap this, but they're tapping themselves lower in life, and we're going to aggro them with the Meteor Sword. Come on, give me a 1-drop. Yes! That's so good. Bye-bye, Yeah, Plow is just an insane rip. And now I'm very glad that I cleared the Chalice. This would be a stinky rip if I hadn't. A stinky rip. Sounds like something my kid would say after he just farted. Abundant Countryside. Okay, this is fine. They're coming in with that. So the trick is just Plow now so they don't get the extra life. All right, now we equip and we just start bashing them in the face. That's fine, but I'd rather just bash. They could K-Command here, but like hitting for 4 every turn when they're already Ancient Tombing themselves, I think is fine. And then like Brainstorm's not very good on its own. It's better when you have like lots of cards in your hand and you can like actually move stuff around. Right now it would just be to look at the top 3 cards. And at this point, like even if they play another one, I could just let it attack me and then hit them back and I might be able to race them. That's 4 mana. Dismember. Oh wait. No, that was just the Ancient Tomb. Oh, they're going to exile the freaking Meteor Sword. That sucks. All right. Yep. Exile abilities, everybody. But I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have been able to counter that anyway. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Another Stoneforge. We can Stoneforge, and then we have double blockers. We go get the pre-war. We could just chomp, and then we go get the... yeah, I actually like that. Yeah, I don't have anything to put back, but I'm just going to play it out. Yeah, so now if they attack, I just double block. One of them dies, and I bring it back, and it's stronger than ever. And for all they know, we're representing something good instead of just a Brainstorm that doesn't do anything. Ouch. 3 mana. What is this? Fleshraker. Well, that's annoying. I could Brainstorm and potentially force this. And there are 2 cards. Is that worth doing? If I found the force, then I just draw the pre-war. I've already used one of my forces. The odds of me finding another force are 3 looks in 48. They're too low. I think I'm just going to hold. But I could also find a Solitude. I'm just going to chill. They're very low in life. Okay, and I'll just double block here. Okay, they're not doing anything. I could have made efficient use of my mana there, but now I might just... I'm going to go ahead and Brainstorm first. Holy guacamole, that is a lot of good stuff, isn't it? Well, Velia can come in next turn because I do need to clear her. I'm going to put the pre-war back. I want to Velia and then attack and blink. That's 2 turn cycles away, though. So I could give them this for a turn, but it's dangerous. I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. And then I could just, like, if in an absolute pinch, I could double Solitude. Yeah, I'll just hold my creatures up. Because Velia, then I draw the Solitude. And I have Solitude, pitch Solitude. Yeah, I'll just hang back. Like, they're not doing anything. Even if they have, like, or whatever it's called, Reality Smasher, I'm not necessarily dead. Because Velia comes in. They drop to 7. Okay, they do have this. So I think I probably do need... Oh, Broadside? Do I care about Broadside? They could throw this. I mean, they're going to load to kill these anyway. They go to combat, I can double block broadside, and then they'll have to throw, and then they'll kill one, and then I just draw. But it's 2 cards away. Yeah, I don't have anything to blink if these both die. Man, these have been some great games. Love to have a game 3. Going low. So now we're like basically locked in to have to kill Reality Smasher here, unfortunately. If this is... Yeah, I'm just going to kill 2 things here. What is this doing? X. So options. I could just go to Hellbent here. I know that I'm drawing another Solitude, and then I'm drawing the other card after that. Like, so if I clear this, then I don't have to take a bunch of damage. They will get a good card. It's really risky. It's really risky. They're at 3. Yeah. I mean, if they make the mistake of like attacking all, being aggressive, no, they'll have these spawns. Yeah, I'm going to take the damage. Okay. And now they get even more and I take more damage. I'm getting low in life, but I feel like if they activate this, then Felia comes in and I'm fine. That was very risky letting them do what they just did. Wait, how did they resolve it? 2 bottom. Okay. So this is already attacked. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could throw and do some more damage. I can't block here. I think I just have to let it through and then they'll probably throw something and then I can Felia. But if they, like, I imagine they're going to throw something. But if they don't, if they just go to like end step and I can't put in Felia, then I just took a ton of damage that I didn't need to take. I'm at 10. This is terrifying. I think I may be misplaying this. I just feel like I'm not going to be able to win. They may just suspect that I have Felia. Like the entire time they may be like, yeah, he has Felia. Why else would I be playing the way I am with like this mana up? Yeah. Well, Felia is very easy to kill from here. I do need to use my mana. So I think what I have to do here is go ahead and plow this. This is the most dangerous thing, but this pings me every single turn. Yeah. And then next turn, what I'll do is I'll play Felia. I'll Solitude, pitch Solitude on this. But that way they can't do anything pre-combat. They can throw this at me or throw it at one of my creatures if they want. Yeah, I think the mistake, it was a mistake to let them go to combat. I think I punted. So they can do 5 damage here, and then I'm pretty screwed next turn. I'm not going to be able to get up to hard casting Solitude mana. I remove this. I can double block with this. And then I'm going to draw the pre-war. I'm so low. Yeah, that hurts. They throw it at me. Okay, so this fizzles. And if they draw like that Harbinger at the end, I'm just dead because those do so much damage. If I could do 1 more damage, I could potentially kill them, but it's kind of a silly thing to think about here. I'm just going to pass. And we're going to have a begin combat step Solitude to survive. Because once this attacks, the game's over. They don't have a lot of mana, which is kind of saving grace. Wasteland. Hopefully they waste me, because I actually don't care as much about this mana. If they have Harbinger of the End, that's just that, unfortunately. But I'll double block here. I'll Solitude. I'll double block here, and then I'll Felia. And then Felia can start blinking this. Actually, if they waste, then I can't cast pre-war, but I can put it into play. But that reduces my number of blockers by 1. A lot of thinking on both sides of the table. So I have to stop at the beginning of combat before they've attacked. I'm not going to pass priority because I'll die. Solitude. They gain 2 life. Now they can cast Reality Smasher type stuff, but they can do it after combat. We're both at exactly 5. Okay. And this is what I wanted to do last turn, of course. If they have a K command, it's devastating. Okay, there's a pre-war we knew about. Nothing to bring back, unfortunately. So I'm just going to attack here, and I'll blink this. Then I'll go get the sword, and I'll use the sword to blow this up probably. But I can do it at instant speed. So I would actually love if they traded here. They have to block with something. They don't have to, but yeah, this is fine. So now what I can do is I can pre-war. They could draw a K command and stop that. I'm just going to go get my sword here. I'm trying to decide whether I just want to go ahead and get Felia back. I think I wait. So I only have Aegis actually. The sword must have already been used. Oh, they may have exiled it from my hand somehow. I can't even remember. This game's been very long. Very cool game. So now if they play some must-kill threat, we can just Aegis it. Okay, that is a lot of mana over there. All right, I dare say we're ahead if this works. And we still have to play a game 3. They want to K-command this? They could have K-commanded it when it was in the graveyard, though. But maybe they just want to exile it completely. All right. This allows me to just cast the Aegis if I want to. I could just Aegis kill one of these things, attack. I think it's probably better to just blink one of these dudes. I will play that out. I'm going to attack, and they're going to do something here. They were thinking about it, doing something here. I want to go ahead and blink the Stoneforge Mystic. I could just move this over to a different creature, since they probably have 2 forms of interaction here. But I need to hold up Aegis just to respect whatever they have. Unfortunately, if they have... Is this K command? Dismember? Right. I can only attack for 1 here. They're at 1. And the reason I'm only going to attack for 1 is because I want to respect the fact that I might need the Aegis to save myself here. If they have Reality Smasher, unfortunately, I can't even Aegis. But if they have like some other creature, I can stop. Because Reality Smasher, like I played this out, so actually I should have held this just in case they have Reality Smasher. Is their last threat? Gosh, do they have that? Okay, if the Herald's the end. All right, so I will just Assimilation Aegis this after it blocks. They know that I have this. They shouldn't attack. Go ahead and do this. 3 mana efficient. And now we can equip pre-war depending on what we draw. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. This would make it a 2/2, right? Yeah, so I could equip and get extra power. This costs 3 to equip. I don't need to do a damage to myself. I'm just going to play this out. Now I have a pretty stout blocker. And I'll attack with both. And again, if they have the Reality Smasher, like, I'm actually not dead because I can chump. And then they'll die. So I think it's deterministic that I've won here. I can't think of what they would have that would save them. That was an insane game. Yeah, they just killed themselves with the tomb. Okay. Game 3. That was an insane game. All right. I'm going to keep my deck the way it is. I don't think Wrath is where we want to be. It's just too much mana. Like, I was actually really low on mana that entire game. We did see Chalice. That's a reason for bringing in Prismatic Ending. There might actually be a good argument for bringing in Prismatic Ending here. Because like they had the It That Heralds the End. They do have 2 drops, and they have Chalice. What am I taking out? If I take that out, we could just go even lower on blue cards. I think Riddler is staying alive with Prismatic Ending. I think I'm going to keep it the way it is. I don't want to decrease my blue count too low. This is going to be the hard one because this is us on the draw. This is a good hand because it's like lots of quick interaction. I'm going to keep this. I know it may look like you're going to get mana screwed. I know. I'm probably going to get mana screwed. But I'm hoping that I can weather their first few attacks. If they just have Chalice here, it's pretty ugly because I won't be able to brainstorm to find more land. But I'm just like hedging against like dying quickly. I think if they're mulling to 5. I don't think they're going to keep on the strength of just Chalice alone, but they might. And that would be very bad for this hand. Okay, that's not a Chalice. Okay, great. We're getting a very lucky break here that they mulled so deep. And we got a freaking land. Hell yeah. This is going to have to get a Plains. So I'm going to hold up Consign here. I'm so excited. This is like working out perfectly. That was like the best rip. Okay, Eldrazi Temple. So they have 3 mana, potentially the big guy. If they do have that, I don't even know if I want to take the 4. I might just Solitude. But I could just chill and plow him the next turn. I think that's probably better. Hopefully they cast something into Consign. Like I'll counter like literally any creature that they play here because I just want to maintain tempo. Actually, Consign works on the red guy because he's technically red. Or he's technically colorless. Okay, they're not doing anything. That's great for me. So they probably have a K command is how I'm reading this. Okay, I'm not going to complain about that. Let's pass. So I have Brainstorm, Shuffle. But like I wouldn't really change anything about my hand. I actually think it's a great hand. Now they have tons of mana. That is not something I want to even hit the table. Because if it hits, then they get value immediately. Because they get priority back as soon as it enters and they can do stuff. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Do we want to keep developing our mana and just kicking it? I think we do. This does do damage. I could like brainstorm and shuffle away the land that's going to do damage. But if I can get up to Solitude mana, we're like really golden. It's a lot of mana. This Reality Smasher. Another one of these, huh? Well, I'm going to just do this. Yep, and they're running lower on cards here. Okay, I saw some red there. This is the line breaker. I'm going to hold the line here. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and grab a plains. I don't know why MTGO keeps doing that. It keeps flashing what's behind. Hopefully it doesn't end up in some crazy glitch. I'd be really sad if I lost this insane match due to a glitch. I could have brainstormed there before I did that. Maybe I should have, but my hand feels fine. Like I'm so close to Solitude, I can feel it. Oh man, we're going to win this. Like I'll be very embarrassed if I lose from this position because they're like low on cards. So here I am going to brainstorm just to see what like I've got. It's basically free to do. I've got tons of mana. I don't want the force anymore. I don't really need this for brainstorm. I'm looking for a land. I think I'm just going to go get another plains here in my upkeep. Once Solitude comes out, like we're just going to be really favored because we'll be putting ourselves distance between ourselves and them, and we're 2 for 1-ing. Another Solitude's not bad. I do want to find a land here. I guess I could brainstorm and then I can shuffle with the ponder. It's kind of impatient, but it's possible that we just see stuff we don't want. This is insane. I don't even want this ponder anymore. I guess I can just kick it and have Riddler on top. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll pass. So next turn we can start just windmill slamming insane 5 drops onto the table. And that's where our deck wants to be. That's why we're playing so many. So we'll draw and then I'll fetch. I'm going to go ahead and play it. I think it's likely that they K command it. I think that's what they're doing over there. Why else wouldn't they be playing stuff? I could just wait and let them burn off this mana for another turn cycle. I mean, it's a 2 for 1 even if it gets countered. I've got so much life that I'm not too worried about it. Draw trigger. That's great. Now we have plow as well. Granted, I will have to fetch a non-basic. I'm out of basics in my deck. That could be an issue if I draw Prismatic Vista, actually. I didn't think about that. I'll just have to shuffle Prismatic Vista back with one of my 2 remaining brainstorms if I find it, because it doesn't do anything anymore. Okay, this is fine. Let's go ahead and get our Tundra here. And I think like they may concede pretty soon here because this is pretty backbreaking. I'm so glad they didn't have Chalice. Think of how impactful Chalice would have been here. Granted, I did have Solitudes, but I want to actually cast my Solitudes. All right, card is a Ponder. That is fine. I'm just going to attack and I'll just hold up Solitude and Plow and we'll just chip away at their life total. There's no need to hurry. Very far ahead. I can't even imagine what sequence of cards could beat me from here. K command would be good, obviously, because it would get rid of our Riddler. Aether Herald's the end's fine. And I'll just take it out in the end step. And increase my force. They're going to have a very hard time keeping up. I do have all 5 Riddlers in my deck too, so I'm potentially drawing to those. I guess I'll just go ahead and ponder and see if I find one. These are fine. I don't want that Vista. I'll just take the Stoneforge and cast, and then we'll just go get, I don't know, the Meteor Sword or something like that. Seems good. Actually, I could just get, I'll get an Aegis. Yeah, we're just kind of like playing around. This is like garbage time. I think we're incredibly far ahead. Insane set, but they had to mold a 5. Even if they clear like the Stoneforge, this will come down and claim one of their creatures. Okay, they're playing a big guy. Or maybe like a K command. All right, they are creating a bunch of bodies and they're scrying. That is fine. That's a lot of bodies that can protect them for a couple turns. They can stack their deck. In times like this, while I'm waiting for my opponent to resolve their Kozilek's command, I look over at Marv, the tree in my neighbor's yard. He's about 50, 60 feet away. So like 20, 25 meters. So it's like the perfect distance for me to like reduce my eye strain. Just looking at Marv over there. He doesn't have any green shoots yet. Still winter here in Texas. Hey, Marv. I'll talk a little bit about the deck as well. Like previous versions included Murktide. I tried Daze. I tried I basically just gradually stripped out all the tempo and said, you know what? I'm just going to play a bunch of basic lands and I'm going to get up to 5 mana and I'm just going to windmill slam insane fire design creatures like Solitude and Quantum Riddler. And that is working out quite well. Petal is one of the cards they chose to keep here. Interesting. that can come in and I will just plow it, much to my opponent's chagrin. So I'm not even going to let them go to combat. So they don't get to move that trigger to something else. I'll just kill it right now. That would be good. Yep. Good games. We are 3-1. Losing only to Big Mana True Futurism. I mean, this deck has been a 4-1 machine. Let's see if we can get another 4-1. All right. And after a league of playing, I think, entirely fair decks, we likely have a fair deck for the final round. This hand is fine. We're up against Cradle Control, most likely. Tamiyo plus Brainstorm combo in hand. 4-lander. They are not going to likely be wastelanding us. So the fact that we're on a 4-lander is not good for us. But I'm just going to trust that Tamiyo into Brainstorm is good. Stoneforge isn't even that great against this deck. I'm just keeping this hand on the strength of Tamiyo plus Brainstorm. They have been playing this turbo version with doesn't have any black creatures at all. Oh, it's got Baragwif actually and white, but it doesn't have Bowmasters. So it's all about getting Cradle and then natural ordering. They have 3 natural order and 4 Green Sun Zenith to find Atraxa. So this is like a bad matchup for us, but it's a good matchup for if you want to play with like Bowmasters is extremely good against this deck because they have so many X1s. It's kind of like the new elves is how I look at it. So I could respect Wasteland. I don't think it hurts to do so. I'm going to go ahead and respect Wasteland because I do need to keep my mana development under me. And they also have Cradle Control tends to play 4 of the Badger Mole Cup, which could potentially waste 2 lands. So I'd rather just not play any non-basics if I can avoid it. The mana requirements of the deck, like I'm not even playing Murktide, so there are no double blue except for when you need to cast Quantum Riddler or you need to cast Solitude, that's double white. But other than that, the mana requirements are very lax, which is how I was able to justify putting 2 Wastelands into the deck. Okay, Green Sun for 1. This is probably the one that dodges removal. Sadly, I can't stand this creature. I wish it was never printed. And that's going to augur very poorly for us in this game 1 where our Wrath of the Skies, which are absolutely coming in, are currently sidelined. They're on the benches screaming, "Put me in, coach. Don't worry," I say, the coach of this terrible analogy. I will put you in as soon as the sideboarding begins. Okay, they've opted to get Quirion Ranger instead, which is a huge relief because I've got tons of removal in my deck. I would love to remove some creatures. So they can play a second creature here, or a third, or a fourth. Is Badger Mole? Oh no. What if they have a second Green Sun? Wouldn't that be tilting? Okay, it's just bird. Man, if they have Cradle next turn, it's going to be devastating. They'll be like hard casting Atraxa. Interesting, they can't get white mana, so I don't think they can actually hard cast. Wait, they have white mana off this. What am I talking about? Okay. My client is chunking like crazy. I can't wait to restart it, but I'm not going to restart. I'm just going to finish the match. Sometimes when I restart, something goes wrong and like my sideboard doesn't work. And we might use the full clock. This is a really intense one. These have been really good games. I'm going to start with attacking, and then I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm. Then I'm going to put back the Tundra for sure. I'm not liking the sheer volume of lands in my hand. And these ponders are very costly. I would love to put them back, but it is going to be a priority to put some of these lands back. So we'll go ahead and brainstorm here. And that takes... Ooh! That's good. I think... Yeah, we have to put this back. I could put this back and then just fetch the plains. I'd rather have a third land than a ponder. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to plus... And then let's say hypothetically... if I go to their turn, they can use this. I don't want them to use this. I want them to not be able to use this. If that makes sense. I think it's clear. The opposite of being able to use is being not able to use. Okay, so let's get our planes. And that means we can't do anything, unfortunately. They could have been a Tundra, probably. Okay, I'm just going to Solitude. And I'm going to get rid of this thing. And I'm aware that they could play something that's much better. But this is like guaranteed at least 2 mana. It may be way more if they get Badger Mole Cup. So I just don't want to let them untap with it. And they have us dead right now if they have a Cradle because they can just natural order. Okay, this looks like a Badger Mole Cup to me. The way they tapped. They're going to wake this up and then they're going to... Oh. Okay. Green Sun for 2. Yeah, this is almost certainly going to be a Badger Mole Cup. Yep. And now they wake up. Wait, why do that? They're going to buff that? Okay. So this can attack for 3 next turn. Wait, it's haste? Fiend Artisan. Interesting. Okay. Well, this doesn't do anything yet, but this basically goes and gets Atraxa next turn, so this has to die. We've got to figure out a way to make that happen. Come on, Plow. Oh, yeah. What do we do here? I think I start with a Ponder. Desperately digging. Got it. Okay, this is perfect. Excellent. So, unfortunately, yeah, I think what I have to do here, I want to plow. I have to plow. I can't wait. And then later, I can do the Quantum Riddler trick. So we'll take this plow now. Let's go ahead and play this out. We'll plow here. And then if I wanted to reduce their mana production, I could plow this as well. But I think we just have to live in a world in which they have natural order. Because right now they can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like the other thing is I could just plow this now. And yeah, I think actually I'm going to do that. It may sound extreme, but I don't want them to have like that insane amount of mana. I know this is very good against them, but like, you know what's better is not dying to natural order or green sun. Like the thing is that opens them up to winning with green sun as well as natural order. And this basically saves me some life because they're almost certainly going to just attack this with one of these creatures and probably just one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Sylvan Safekeeper. That's annoying, but like manageable. And if they find a Cradle, then we're dead to plow at this point. But like they don't have any pressure here, and I can just Felia into Quantum Riddler on a subsequent turn. I can even crack a Clue in the end step, so I'll do that. Felia might be able to ambush, but it should be pretty transparent that I have something like Felia. I also could have pondered to try to find a force. I know I have a Riddler on top of my deck. I am just dead to natural order, unfortunately. I'm not necessarily dead, unless they have Crater Hoof. I see Crater Hoof. So I am dead to natural order, unfortunately. And it's a 3 of. They can't Green Sun yet. Yeah, and unfortunately, I know the top card is not what I need. So we just have to dodge. What if Foothills? Okay, they're fetching. They must have something they want to do here. Okay, they're green. They do have natural order. Okay, so we're almost certainly dead because I think it's just Crater Hoof. So tilting. Like I think after the game's over, I'm going to look at the top 3 and see whether I had a force in the top because I could have forced this and I wouldn't be dead. Like I'd actually be in a really dominant position. But I know that like the top, yeah. So, all right, I'll just concede and then I'm going to, let's go ahead and make sure. I'm pretty sure it's death even with Felia. That is death. They all have trample. I punted. So let's see. Like it was definitely a punt regardless. Draw a card. Force. Solitude would have gotten there. No, Solitude wouldn't have gotten there. It's not letting me draw the last card. That's so frustrating. I guess they like went to sideboarding and it just won't let me do that. Like they need to fix that bug. That's been there for like years where you just can't see the next card. Like whether your opponent is connected or not should not affect the sequence of cards. Okay, so Wrath get in the deck and Prismatic Ending get in the deck. Those need to come in. Pre-war is not spectacular here. Meteor Sword's okay. Like, I mean, pre-war can do tricks where we like block. Tummy is good. Dress Down's great because you can take away the Shroud. Force is necessary for the exact reason we just saw. I needed the Force and I didn't have it. I have to question how good Meteor Sword even is here. Quantum Riddler is not good at all, unfortunately. Like, almost always we're going to want to be blinking something else. And if we survive, they're just not going to have a hand, basically. But if we cut all of the Quantum Riddlers, we're cutting pretty low. I would love feedback on sideboarding for this matchup. It's not clear to me exactly how I should go about it. Obviously, the Wraths and the Prismatic Endings are good, but I'm not sure beyond that, like, what to take out. I don't want to take out Force, even though they may have the Uncounterability guy. Actually, I don't know if anybody's playing the Uncounterability guy anymore, because blue has fallen so much in the meta. Tamio, like, I don't think I made a mistake throwing away Tamio to get the second plow. She is very good. She was, like, we didn't ever get it cash in the Clue, but I think I'm going to take out the Riddlers. And then how are we going to win? We're just going to win through clearing their board. I don't want to take out Aegis because that can be pretty good, like kind of like in the hand. I'll take out one Force. That actually exacerbates the problem of not having enough blue. I got a Ponder. That's part of our mana base. I don't want to take out a land. Submit. Okay, submitted. I did take out a Ponder. That's the ultimate punt. Like, oh, I don't know what to take out. I guess I'll take out a Ponder. This is a great hand. Let's keep. So here, I'm just going to go get the Meteor Sword. And then they're probably going to like, I didn't take out this Meteor Sword, did I? I just took out a bunch of blue cards. So my forces are going to be pretty rough here. But hopefully these won't have any creatures to cast Natural Order. That's the dream. I will go ahead and ponder here. Just trying to line up land number 3. Trying to find our Wrath of the Skies. There it is. And this is all good. This is exactly what we want. We may not even need the Wrath, but I definitely want to get it in hand. So I think, I definitely want it. So I'll stack it like this, because I'm definitely casting Stoneforge next turn. And I do want that land. Like long term, we're going to want to build toward Hardcast Solitude, and that's how we'll win. That and just equipping Meteor Sword or the other equipment to do damage. Once Upon a Time is fine. Again, I'm like hoping to not interact on the stack at all and just remove stuff. It's a lot more efficient to not 2-for-1 yourself. Fiend Artisan. Okay, we'll definitely have to clear that. They've always have a 1-drop. Okay, Green Sun. I am going to go ahead and Stoneforge Mystic here and yeah, get the Meteor Sword. My old philosophy was, just clear their creatures as quickly as you can. But I don't think that's correct here. What I'm going to do is, because I have the Wrath for sure. This will die from Wrath, right? Artifact. Yeah, it will die even though it's a... let's get our Meteor Sword here. Okay, this is the dude, I think. No? Korean Ranger. Okay, then they can get extra mana. Cradle. Oh no, they have tons of mana. White. Yeah, that's scary. I will have to plow that now. Gosh, I have to kill this now. Because I can Wrath the rest of the stuff away. I am going to have to Wrath next turn. But I can't have white out. And they will use the ability here if Sylvan Safekeeper's on the table. So that's disturbing. And we know we have another creature we need to kill too. That's at the 2-drop level. So this resolves. And then we Wrath. And then they don't have a lot of mana. And then we can Meteor Sword later. Like I'll probably Meteor Sword the Bayou the subsequent turn. I just have to hope they don't have a land after I Wrath. But it's okay because this is their Sylvan Safekeeper. I don't think they play more than one. Wasteland is actually like a really sick rip. I'm going to continue to play on basics here. We could wait, but that's greedy. That opens us up to Natural Order. So I am going to go and Wrath now. This card is so good. They bounce it to their hand. That sucks. Yeah, so we're only getting 2, but we are getting 2 very good creatures. Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that they could bounce. Okay, well, I'll just come in for 1, and we'll pass. Next turn, I can Wrath and Meteor Sword and Plow. Or Waste and Meteor Sword and Plow. And I think I'll just waste the Forest Creature, because that's 2 mana technically. They don't have the ability to Natural Order quite yet, but it's very close. So we know that they have the Fiend Artisan, and that's what I have to Plow. Fiend Artisan, okay. I might just sword that and ignore their land for now. We're close to casting that, but I clear this. I think it might be like they may have a second one of these. I'm going to go after the Arbor. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And then next turn I can equip this and start hitting them. I just need to take away their tempo. Now they may not be able to play out a creature, and this might not tap for anything, but I only have so much time. Okay, they do have a forest, but they don't have a spell. Wrath of the Skies, like it. All right, we're going to start hitting, but we're on a slow train here. Also, if I misclick, it's because my UI is swimming through mud. Okay, no plays, love it. Wrath is going to be tasty if we get an opportunity to do something here. Yeah, I'm very happy with how that went. Land is the best draw. The Solitude is not bad. It's a way to survive, but I want to actually kill them. And this is actually a pretty common kind of end game. Like this Meteor Sword is a very legit equipment. So if they like any creature they put out, I probably will just immediately Solitude it. Okay, they could have a second Dryad Arbor. I don't think they do. Okay, this gives them the Fiend Artisan. I'll let it come out. And then I think that's it for the turn cycle, but I will have to kill it. And I'll kill it with Solitude. The real question is, do I pitch the Wrath? Okay, this is fine. I think I have to pitch the Wrath because I'm so close to casting it. There's no way that they use this, right? There's no way they block. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and attack. It sucks that I have to Solitude here because like we're very close, but like I think it's a huge liability leaving this on the table. Maybe they do something crazy here. to buff it, and then I can Solitude and get extra value. Okay, they're not blocking. I'm not going to let it untap. Because it untapping also means they get extra mana. They get their life back. Give me my life back. All right, and we're 1 mana away from casting a Solitude, which will be a huge swing. I could even equip the Meteor Sword to the Solitude later if I need to, but I'd rather probably just attack. Okay, what did you draw? You're going to draw creatures pretty frequently. Okay, Green Sun for 1. That's fine. What are you getting? The Sylvan Safekeeper is already dead. Noble Hierarch. Okay. I don't want to have to kill that, but I will if I get a mana, just because it represents land. I mean, they have natural order now. Like, I could be dead if I don't find a land, despite like the position. Okay, that is huge. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh no, do I have one more island, right? I have one more island. Thank goodness. I was about to lose my cool, lose my composure. All right. We have managed to manage. Now we're smashing in, and we are just like, I think they have natural order. I don't want to lose the natural order. Once upon a time. All right, that's not good. Bird of Paradise. That's natural order. We're going to die to natural order. Freaking heck. Okay. I think I actually moved the Meteor Sword over here to just gain like life. I don't know. Actually, I don't think I do. But like, we're going to have to kill an Atraxa now. I mean, I could just plow the Atraxa, but they do get to reload. I think I should go ahead and brainstorm just in case I find a plow. They have to have natural order. That has to be what they're representing. Why else would they be playing like this? Okay, can we get... like? It can't even be Solitude. It has to be literally... That works. That works. Oh my goodness. That's great. And then we have Solitude on top. Okay, so we're going to win, I think. We just needed to stall for another turn. Now they don't have a creature for their natural order. And I think that's that. We needed every piece of removal. We do have Solitude, so we can survive a natural order, but they will get to reload. And they'll gain a bunch of life. Once upon a time. Okay. They can find a chump blocker. I actually don't know how they survive now. They get Ignoble Hierarch. They have a fetch. Oh no, can this do it? Let's see. No, it can't. I don't think it can. We got it. That was so hard fought. My goodness. What the heck? All right. So I don't like the missing ponder here. I'm going to put it back. It's just kind of sloppy. I'm going to cut a land. I'm going to cut... I don't want to cut Karakas. That is potentially good. I'll just cut this Scalding Tarn. All right. On the draw, final game of the league. Fighting for the 4-1 against Cradle Control. And we've got a great hand. My goodness. We are going to need to find a second white source. And we're going to need them to not waste us if they have Wasteland in their deck. We haven't seen it, but like I did check their deck list and it looked like they had one. Okay, this is great. I can just clear this. So, general rule, if you can clear it, clear it. Because Cradle just basically makes their deck ridiculous. Don't waste me, please. Yeah, because like they just get this critical mass, and suddenly you're facing. You've got a bunch of 1/1s on the table, but then they're like 6/6s, and they're all trample and hasty. It's scary. And if they go for Atraxa, it's not that big of a deal. Like it's a huge card advantage swing, but they usually only get like 3 or 4 cards off of it, because their deck is mostly creatures and lands. So this is almost certainly going to be a plow plus a ponder to try to find a second white source. So hopefully they play a 2-drop here. That's what I'm hoping. That's great because that means that I'm going to get like a little extra tempo out of this. And I want to clear the 2-drops anyway because I don't want to have to Wrath for 2. It's very mana intensive. All right. I could Tamio here, but I think it's better to ponder for the second white source. I could ponder first. I think I'll do that just to see what I have coming. Actually, if I put Tamio out, yeah, there's a decent chance I can flip her next turn. And I do have a land to play anyway. Yeah, I'm going to do it. This is like a little more proactive. We're the control deck, but like there's a world in which we do kind of expend their hand and we need to keep drawing. Now Solitude with one of these Wraths could work. And of course, Wrath this guy does not hit Planeswalkers, which is very convenient for us as Tamio gamers. Okay, we're going to need to clear that too. So now I'm going to definitely use my ponder to try to find another plow or a Solitude. We did find the white source. I'm going to go ahead and fetch first because I already know I'm going to get a white source. I think it's actually fine to just get a Tundra. They almost certainly aren't playing Choke. I've never seen Choke out of this particular deck. I think it's maximum flexibility to just go ahead and grab the Tundra here. Let's go ahead and ponder. This isn't good enough in my humble opinion. We like, Stoneforge could clear this. I'm very worried. This isn't big yet, but they can go get the tree in the end step, and then they can sacrifice this and get like, what would they get? Just get a land. What land would they have that would even matter to us? None of them would even really register. I could just play a Stoneforge here and build out my board. Then I've got a blocker. Stoneforge shuffles my deck too. I think that's probably better than just flipping Tomio. I can still create a clue. Yeah, I'm going to go get the Meteor Sword because Meteor Sword can take out one of these and they're pretty light on removal. And it also like really forces them to go get the Meteor Sword here. And then I can always Wrath for 2 if I need to. Like let's say they clear this with like a Snuff Out. I could also get Pre-War and then plan for a world in which I Wrath. Aegis is another option. Oh, there's so many options here. I think I get the Meteor Sword here just for maximum flexibility. It's a very computationally intensive matchup. And I don't want to Wrath because then I eat my clue too. So I'm just going to hope that I don't have to Wrath next turn if they don't have a lot of creatures out. If it's just this, I'm not going to Wrath just to kill that. I don't think that's the line. Like 3-for-1ing myself. Flipping Tomio, getting her out of the way for Wrath would have been a line though. Maybe I should have done that. And I would have eaten the clue. Yeah, I think in retrospect, I should have just shuffled and, planned a Wrath next turn. I think I totally punted. And there's no time pressure. I've got plenty of time. I should have just slowed down to think about that. And when I was looking at the Wrath, I wasn't realizing the extent to which it's going to set me back, Wrathing for 2. I'll definitely try to Meteor Sword first. But it may be too late, frankly. Again, I'm not worried about Atraxa. We've got Atraxa covered with our deck design in general. We've got 9 ways to remove an Atraxa. 10 if you include Karakas. Actually, 11. 11 ways to remove an Atraxa. All right, my opponent is green sunning for 1 after getting the Dryad Arbor. This is probably, going to combat. Frankly, I'm going to blow up the board, so I'm just going to go ahead and trade here. Or block. I'll chump. There's no point in... Like, I need to Wrath these out of the way. It sucks, but it has to happen. So now my opponent's realizing, they've got freaking Wrath of this guys again. Yes, we do. It's going to be very painful for me. Like, I absolutely... I mean, like, I would have had a flip Tomio ticking up, and I would have... Yeah, like, I totally punted. I don't deserve to win this game. I'm going to still try to win it, obviously. Okay. So, this has to happen, sadly. There's no point in attacking here. We're just going to do it. I think it'd be a mistake to... I mean, I could flip my Tomio, but I feel in danger, frankly. Flipping Tomio would take an extra turn, and I'm just afraid of like all the things that could happen there. So it's a huge setback to us, but it's also a setback to them. We're getting 3 of their permanents. They can sacrifice and go get a land, but they're still going to lose their Sylvan Safekeeper and their white. Okay. Oh, they can phase out. They can phase this out. That's crazy. I didn't think about that. Yep. That is devastating. Absolutely devastating. Well, I will only use 1 of my energy then. This is phased out currently? They did phase it out, right? Yeah. Well, we will just use 1 energy, I guess. That is absolutely devastating, and it was a huge oversight of mine. So now, like, I might have to freaking Solitude this thing, but if I get 1 more land, I've got Solitude. I'm not feeling good. They can play a land, and then they can win. Like, any creature, they go get Cradle, and then they can win. Yeah, I punted so bad this game. I think I was playing pretty tight for most of the league. It's just that this card is like so devastating against us that like my instinct is always get rid of it ASAP. And yeah, it was just like, I think it was a forced play, frankly. I don't think that Tomio and flipping her would have gotten where we wanted to go. In fact, they would have used that trick to keep her from going out. We can do this again next turn. I don't think they have a second Talon Gates. Hopefully they commit more resources to the board and then we do it again. And I'm just going to keep doing it until I draw a land. Doorkeeper Thrall, that's fine. It's an interesting sideboard tech against our Meteor Sword. They can sacrifice this if they have a second one. I don't think they have a second one. Like, I just think it's not common to play the second one. But they can go get a land. I am going to go ahead and just do this. And I'll put the full energy into it just in case I draw the third one. Not doing anything else with this mana. And they're going to turn this into something else, but I am getting rid of 2 cards. This will just be some land. Might be like a Bajuka Bog. What? They do have a second one. What sickos? So this is my window to just Solitude it right now and take incredible loss. It's a 6/6. It's just going to be a boogeyman for the rest of the game. We got a permanent for it. I'm just going to accept it, and I'm going to try to fight through it. These Solitudes are absolutely insane. I'll just do 0 there. Wow. We're getting completely leveled. Like our opponent's just destroying us with their superior play. And I've never seen somebody play 2 of these. It's just like sicko play. Even them in their most recent lists haven't had 2. Yeah, they must have changed something over the past few days. Okay, so we've got lots of energy counters. If we ever draw a third Wrath, we're going to be taking not that much. 1, 2, 3. So we'll be taking 5, but the scarier thing is the fact that they can do stuff. They fetch. This can also filter colors, so it's possible they... Okay, that's fine. Because they just had to add other abilities. They put this color filtering thing on everything. Natural order. Unfortunately, I've got to take care of the Solitude. Let's see what they get here. And when I Solitude, they'll just activate white yet again. It's so freaking crazy. Just getting soloed by this. But if I find a white source, I can at least get this off the table. I am going to take 6 freaking damage here in addition to all this. There's a Snuff Out, Cradle, bunch of creatures. Green Sun, that's scary. Actually, they've got so much mana, they can go get some really good stuff. I don't think there's a way that we can win. And this was a completely winnable game. I was in a dominant position, and I pissed it away, frankly. I had a great hand. I had pretty decent draws. If I had just not played that Stoneforge. And a lot, like, this is an important thing. Like, it's I think a less good me, like from a few years ago, may not have made the connection that the reason I'm losing right now is because of the decision I made like 5 turns ago. But that is the case. That is why I'm losing. So they got Snuff Out, Green Sun Zenith, Gaia's Cradle, Bird of Paradise. So they can immediately deploy like 2 of those things if they want. And now White of the Reliquary, Green Sun Zenith for 1. Oh no, they don't have Sylvan Safekeeper, right? Surely they wouldn't have 2. Good game. I don't think I can win. Okay, so I could draw Wrath of the Skies. That's like literally my only out. Like Ponder into Wrath of the Skies does it too. I've got a lot of energy. Yeah, it has to be one of those things. We could play this out and just chump. So I'm not completely dead. Yeah, I'll just play it out and chump. They're going to gain a ton of life. The odds of me surviving are extremely low. Extremely. But there is like, I can't concede yet. They have Snuff Out. They can just snuff me out. Yeah, so it is deterministic. They do own a swamp. Yeah, I'm going to concede. Sorry for the very devastating, poorly played. Like, Legacy does come down to like 1 punt in sequencing. And I think that was a fairly reasonable thing to be like, oh, well, I can just, shuffle my deck here, get rid of this redundant Stoneforge, and I think I had a Prismatic Ending on top. I mean, I can really picture the exact moment when I made that punt. And it stings. And it's humiliating because I know that like my deck gave me what I needed, but I didn't play those cards right. But what gives me heart is that had I not punted, I think I would have won that game. And that is a tough matchup. I think it's like a 40-60 matchup. Like generally there's a saying when a like non-blue fair decks beat blue fair decks usually. And that's the case with like the Ocelot Pride deck. That we actually didn't see Ocelot Pride at all, but that's the core of the deck. That's the case with that deck, and it's certainly the case with Cradle Control. So they're fair blue decks. I mean, if you even want to call it fair, because it's just trying to threaten a combo the entire time, Atraxa or Craterhoof. But like, I would say it's fair for Legacy, just because there are so few true fair decks like our deck right here, right? But the deck performed like I wanted it to. The 75 felt great. I feel comfortable taking this to the Hunter Burton. I forwarded with it like several times. I've gotten a lot of 3-2s. Some of those matchups were matchups where before the Wraths, it was just like 0%, like not 0, but it was like 10%. Like I almost never beat the Mardu Tokens deck, for example, before I brought the Wraths in. They were insane the entire league. So that was a cool kind of like cross section of Legacy. Again, I think all fair decks, the big mana decks are always going to just stomp you, frankly, as a control deck. it's very difficult when you're trying to win with like attacking with Quantum Riddler to outrace their inevitability and just bring your force negations and your consigns and bring your humility because you're about to get humiliated when you face those decks. I don't think like one of the reasons I was pivoting off this and I tried like the blue-red cutter, like, oh, that's actually got a good matchup against, 12 post. But the thing about this is this just destroys traditional lands. This deck is insane against lands. Like they just can't win. So it's like an 80-20 matchup. And I think it's more likely that I'm going to face a lot of lands players than 12 post players, but I almost always face a 12 post player. So I'm just going to basically assume like, okay, I'm going to do my best against the 12 post players, but that's just like a blind spot in my deck. Like I can't beat those decks generally. And we did go to 3 games there, I think. Did we? Yeah, we went to 3 games against them. So yeah, I mean, that's not completely getting destroyed. But the final round is a real heartbreaker because I know that I could have had a 4-1 here. Well, I had a great time anyway. I hope you did too. This is definitely like a longer league. Like there were tons of decisions. This is like 3 hours recorded. It'll probably be edited down to like an hour and a half maybe. But it was a lot of thinking. I'm going to go decompress. I'm not going to attempt to play any more Legacy today. But I am concerned because like this deck does go to time if your opponent's slow, even if you're fast, because it just takes so many turns to win. But this is my comfort zone. This is where I feel comfortable. I don't have time to get in enough reps before this major tournament because I've just got a lot of work this week. So I'm going to take something I'm comfortable with. I did think about just taking like mono black or even taking like a no reserve list, but I just thought like, well, I'm going to end up playing against decks like this and I'm going to wish I was playing that when I get destroyed by those decks because like, frankly, like this deck is so powerful. Tamio is broken, of course, Felia and Quantum Riddler. We got to get the Felia Meteor Sword thing going and just like the freaking Solitudes. I think people are sleeping on Solitudes. I'll just say it one last time. Until next time, be excellent to each other and party on.